The island has a long tradition of drawing world-class inventors to its shores. Incredibly, the first electric car was made here, the first flying boat, the first hovercraft, and the first British satellite. So no surprise then that it should also lead the way in cutting-edge composites. Vestas has been making wind blades on the island since 2002, and today the manufacture of these incredible 80-metre structures is more technical than ever, as we go behind closed doors to discover the secrets of how they're made.
So there's three main stages of production of one of our wind turbine blades. Right now, we're mould side at the first stage of the blade build. The first thing that strikes you is probably the size of the moulds. Wind turbine blades are extremely big, and it's probably not apparent until you're right up next to the mould. The first main process we do is to apply the gel coat. So as we're rolling in the gel coat, there's another team that's coming behind and they're starting to lay in the glass fibre. And then we use atmospheric pressure to push resin through all of the glass fibre and the carbon and fully impregnate the structure. We produce the blades in two halves of the mould, and the mould will actually close the two halves together and form the actual blade itself. On completion of the cure cycle, the mould will open again, and then we'll break the blade out of the moulds and we'll give birth to another blade there. Once that mould's opening and you can see that another blade, and you know what that means, when that's going to be spinning on a turbine, it's really rewarding.
As the blade production continues in the main hall, in the adjoining building, a team of technicians are developing the next generation of wind blades.
Welcome to Vestas Technology, where we design the wind turbines of the future. And these are the talented engineers and technicians that make it happen. Here at Vestas, we take a blade from concept through to design, development, and ultimately manufacture. The United Kingdom gets a quarter of its electricity from wind energy, and Vestas is really proud to be part of that success. Modern wind turbines are incredible machines. Our new product can generate enough electricity for 20,000 houses. That's a small town. And that success is made possible by the talented engineers and technicians that we have at Vestas.
Here we are in Hall 2. This is our finishing and painting hall. This is the second part of our blade manufacture. They obviously finish the assembly side of the blade in the mould. It then comes out into our blade park. This blade then has to be rotated. We then move the blade over into the paint element. So this is where we paint our blades. Again, the sheer size of the blades, you can imagine the scale of it. We've got to get these blades painted. So the whole blade has several coats of paint. This is obviously to protect it when it goes out into the elements. It's really rewarding, obviously, knowing that we're a part of something generating renewable energy, which is obviously the future.
Here we are at the third and final stage of our journey, and this final process is all about delivery. So we've just seen the blade painted and finished. Once in the blade park, our next challenge is to move the blade over to the quayside where our transport boat will be waiting. It's a 75-metre barge. It's really cool. It's called Blade Runner 2, and it's the only barge long enough to be able to transport these blades. The barge then casts off and is then escorted by the harbour master down the Medina and into the Solent. So the destination of the blade is just on the other side of the Solent in Forley. From here, the blades are moved to Portsmouth before finally being shipped to the customer at the relevant project sites.
For Vestas Isle of Wight boss James Luter, the boom in green energy is presenting the island with a fantastic opportunity.
We are seeing huge growth within our industry. We're seeing a lot of changes in policies throughout the world, where a lot of governments now are looking to change from a reliance on fossil fuels over to renewables. So therefore for us, we have to really sort of ramp up and develop our products here in order to meet those demands going forward. And we're doing that here on the Isle of Wight, and that's something that we are all hugely proud of.